Welcome to the Cutthroat Cast. With me, I have John Roof, aka Just Roof. How you doing, man?
Doing all right. Thanks.
Good. Some people know this, others don't. Why don't you tell us what your favorite music genre is?
Music genre, huh?
Yes.
Well, probably it's got to be heavy. Anything heavy is pretty much what I listen to, especially during workouts. I can't do Richard Marx and lift weights at the same time. It's just not my thing. So, yeah, I'm kind of opinionated on the radio, in the gym, and it's for everybody's benefit, honestly. So I'm trying to help them.
So if you could say one song that you were going to PR a squat, it would have to be over 400 pounds. What would it be?
Damn. There was that one song that was playing that I totally PR'd. It's Clean and Jerk. Let me think. I would have to say it would be something like lately it's been like a Kill Switch Engage, like that whole first album they did. The only one that really matters, or Corrosion and Conformity. Something like that.
Okay.
Got to be heavy. It's okay if it's slow, but just can't be too bright and cheery. It's got to go to that dark place.
All right. Hopefully you guys are taking notes. He's been at this a long time. So if you're struggling to get PRs, maybe that's the ticket that you need. Okay. So let's kind of get into the questions that Katie sent you that you didn't read.
Totally. Let's do this.
So we'll morph this a little bit because I know now that your focus is different because you've been in it so long. But let's talk about CrossFit first. What brought you to CrossFit in the first place? Just give us your story about how you found it and everything like that.
Well, it was 2009. I got all my workouts when I used to go to the regular gyms from like Muscle and Fitness, Muscular Development, all those magazines. And they just had an article on CrossFit like in early 2009. It was Filthy 50 or something like that. So I read the article and I was pretty bored of doing the standard 5 days, back bicep workout kind of thing. So I gave it a try. I didn't really get all the movements. They seemed a little weird to me. And so what I did was I just checked out the local gym near my work. And that's how I got started, and then kind of got into it more and more. And I saw a lot of progress with it. That's really why I stuck with it for so long. So it was really good for that. So
okay, so for you, it wasn't like I want to lose weight or something like that.
No, I like to really push it in the gym and because that's the only reason I'm there. If it doesn't make you want to quit, you shouldn't really be doing it. You really got to put everything on there, and you feel better when you do it. And that was the addictive part of it for me for so long. And so, it was great for that for a few years, and I still a few days a week. I think everyone should do it for at least a couple of days a week. So
you are in the group of what we call early adopters to CrossFit. Mm-hmm. So you were probably internet savvy and you saw it online. It looked like this cool new way to work out. And you said, sign me up, right? Mm-hmm. Where now so back then, people that you would see walking into CrossFit gyms, they may already have a CrossFit shirt on, right? They usually had board shorts, some kind of weird hair, and they liked, sort of heavy music, right? Mm-hmm. So now that CrossFit has become accepted as the way to get fit, because it works. Mm-hmm. If somebody new started now, they would be in the late majority. So it's interesting because you not only were an early adopter, but you're still around and seeing the late majority come in. Mm-hmm. So you're experiencing all the different levels of new people that come in. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's been good. As long as people show up, they're doing great in my book. Just show up and do the best you can. That's all you can really ask for. So
cool. So when you started, what was your first impression? Like when you first set foot in the door of a CrossFit gym, what were some of the thoughts that went through your mind?
It was really pretty raw. It was just an empty space with a bunch of medicine balls and some barbells. I didn't know how to do Olympic lifting or anything like that. I just did your typical, a lot of bench, some squatting, some more bench and some pull-ups, and then that's what I pretty much had. And everything was so different. I remember first day I did overhead squats. That was the weirdest thing I'd ever done. And and I didn't realize what bumper plates were. I thought I just only use metal plates. I thought these people are moving like 3,000 pounds overhead,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah.
But you know, it was kind of part of the allure too, just to do something different.
It's like a bit of a novelty.
Yeah, totally.
So how has the impression changed over the years? Like you've seen multiple CrossFit gyms, even Olympic weightlifting gyms and things like that. So what is the impression now?
Of it, it's kind of that whole. I mean, I look at CrossFit kind of more on like the classic Eastern Bloc training. We've talked about this a bunch. I mean, that's the way people should train, whether it's for a sport like the high school kids that come in or anybody else. I'd say that's the way to go for sure. For me, I think I feel a little sorry for the people that train in like classic gyms because it's so hard to make progress in like 24-hour fitness, I think. And when people are kind of fooling themselves, it's like when they think they're really doing well and making progress. And, you know, I think it's become the new norm for me to answer the question. So
Cool. Well, back then, what was like your first bright spot? Was it like learning the overhead squat, or when you first felt like a 135-pound snatch, or what was it for you?
I think for me was definitely just cleaning my body weight. I think it took me a few months to do that, and getting my first muscle up.
Cool.
That was a big deal. It was really hard, along with finally getting double unders, because those are really humbling when you start them. So those were kind of the three things I remember the most out of anything.
So that's cool that you say that, because a lot of people are struggling with exactly the same things, and they're in their first couple of years of CrossFit, and they look at you like, oh man, it looks so easy. So maybe it wasn't so easy in the first 6 months to a year to get those things.
Not at all, especially double unders. And by the way, double unders is the only exercise in the gym where you can listen to non-heavy music. Some good 90s hip-hop is pretty good for that. You don't want to just go angry and fast on those. You got to actually have rhythm and stuff. So just throwing that out there. There's an exception to the rule here, people.
So you've sort of mastered all the CrossFit skills.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you working on now?
I think I still pretty much suck at Olympic weightlifting. Long story short, I mean, it's so hard, and I still, given where I do my classic lifts, like my squat and, you know, even my overhead squat and those kinds of things, I should be able to lift a lot more than I do in Olympic lifting, and that's why you keep doing it. I mean, I don't want it to be easy. You got to kind of keep chasing something and always have goals. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. And plus, like I said, a couple of days a week of CrossFit. It's fun, and I've realized how important the group setting is in CrossFit. I mean, that's everything. Just getting people to push you, and especially when you know someone's going to whip your ass in a workout, that's the best thing in the world. Like, especially running workouts, which I'm not exactly renowned for. So those are my favorite to come and do, especially with people I know that are really good at it, because it's just like if I'm making progress or doing anything, like that's motivating to me, and it pushes me harder than I'd ever go by myself. So
Cool. Do you still get the same group effect when you're in like a barbell club setting? So say you and you're doing snatches and I'm doing squats. We're still listening to hardcore music. We're still cheering each other on. Do you find that productive as well, or not as much as like a running group?
No, definitely in lifting weights. I think as long as you're working out with people that are going to push you, and I think it's a little bit harder for, you know, in the Olympic lifting, you just got to make sure that people are, you know, holding you accountable. I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier to get a good group for CrossFit than it is Olympic lifting, I think.
Yeah.
You know, especially there's kind of this whole vibe thing with Olympic lifting, what people like to do. Some people like to yell, and some people are just more, you know, introverts and everything. So,
Yeah.
but you know, they're both great. I think you need them for both to get better at both. So you got to seek that out if you don't have it. So
Okay. And then pick one or two of your favorite memories just from the gym at Cutthroat. So maybe something Dwight said or whatever it is for you.
yeah, no, I think my favorite, like, kind of little program we did, and it was the small off squat program.
Okay.
That was like the last time I can remember I was legitimately nervous going to the gym like 2 or 3 days a week, and because it was so hard. And you know, there was a Saturday we just came in, and I think we drank beers afterwards for a while and everything. I mean, it was great. Like, I think I did a set of 10 at a weight I never thought I'd be able to do for one rep. And then, you know, you drink afterwards. It was just like, you feel so vindicated, and like you work your ass off, and then you're just hanging out drinking. That was just like my favorite thing, and I still remember it, and it was really cool.
That's really cool. Like, most responses that we get are like, you know, some party at Friday Night Lights or something like that, which is all awesome. but you enjoyed the grueling 13-week program that is Smolov, and like what came from that. So
Yeah, I gotta screw loose a little bit. I like to kind of do that stuff because I think I feel so much better when you break through and do things you don't think you can do.
Yeah.
To me, that's what I really enjoy doing. But I'm kind of a little weird like that and everything. I mean, I've had some fun times drinking with Dwight too. Don't get me wrong, but
that's why we get along so well, though, is because I love the ups and downs of like a 12-week or even a 6-month program. Because at the end of it, it's like, look what I just did, rather than like, oh, cool, I just took a shot of whiskey. I did a lot of that in college, so it's just a little bit different.
For sure.
But it doesn't take away from all the other cool memories. But it's just that's a special one that we haven't heard yet. Is the hardest squat program we've ever done is his favorite memory. So.
And that was the tens day. That was like, if you haven't done squat tens, I'd rather do a double Fran than really legitimately do that again. Double Fran would be easy, I think, compared to that. It makes me, it makes you want to quit. It is hard, but it is really gratifying when you get that done.
Yeah. Tens in the squat are about the worst thing that you can possibly fathom doing. And if you really go for a 10 rep max, you're going to be laying on the floor for about 5 minutes. And it doesn't end there. Your legs shake at night. And then 4 days later, you do it again.
Stairs aren't your friend.
What is, changing subject here, what is your favorite wine and why?
My favorite wine, it kind of goes the more you drink, but lately I would say I had one, this is really dorky of me, but it's a Bordeaux blend, Opus 1, but it's out of Northern California. Just, really enjoy it, but most of the time I end up drinking the wife loves Pinots and that kind of stuff, but any blended wine from Northern California usually, well, I mean, not any wine, but Pinots and Cab Francs and those kinds of things are my jam. So
all right, yeah, the reason I asked is because he knows like a lot about wine and a lot of people don't know that about him, and that's really cool. So every once in a while he throws out a recommendation for me, and everything he's ever told me about wine has been the best wine I've ever had, so I figured I'd get it out publicly.
Nice.
So, all right. Yeah. Well, yeah, anything else?
No, I'm it.
All right.
But life is good here, man.
Awesome. Well, that's it for the cast, guys. Now you know Roof.
Thanks, guys. See ya.